will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather round. An adventure is always waiting. The storytelling means for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel, and welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. I am Zahnela Claxton from the Department of Education, and we are here with you, as per usual, on a Saturday morning to share opportunities, updates, activities, anything that we can to help to develop and improve and support our young people. And this Saturday, of course, is no different. We have, I think it is the Easter weekend, and in St. Kitts and Nevis we know that it is a holiday weekend. Nice long weekend. Everyone enjoys this weekend because it allows for many activities with our friends and families, and we also of course get some time to have some well-needed rest. And so yesterday was Good Friday, and I know that our children, particularly and our older children, aka adults, had a wonderful time yesterday with flying kites. There was a spectacular presentation of kites and artistry and creativity and innovation at the annual kite flying competition. And so I saw some huge kites, 12 feet, and huge kites. A few of them made it up into the air. We had some very creatively designed kites, and so commendations to all persons who were able to participate, and of course those who were successful in copying one of the top prizes for that competition. We also have, during the course of this weekend, we know that this evening is the Department of Youth will be having the Moonlight Walk, and we've been talking about the Moonlight Walk over the past few weeks. So I know that the young people have registered and they are ready to go. Very excited about the Moonlight Walk, which is scheduled to start at Mansa's One Stop at 7:30 this evening and proceed to the Malcolm Gishard Recreational Park. So young people, those who are going, please remember to stay safe and have a wonderful time this evening as you embark on this wonderful and exciting journey. And then of course we know that I think we need to say heartfelt commendations to the 4 Nivisions who were able to travel to the Carifta Games in Jamaica, and of course this weekend is the Carifta Games, and so we have Shamari Newton-Roberts, Akadiento Willett, Alexander Keynes, and Janicia Williams, and all of those 4 athletes from Nevis joined the other athletes from St. Kitts to participate in this year's 2022 Carifta Games. Commendations to their coaches here on Nevis, of course their family members and support systems, and of course most of all, above all else, to the 4 young people who were able to travel to represent us, represent the Federation. But you know, we have our Nivision pride, so we are very proud of our athletes who were able to travel. And as we speak of athletes and athletics, we know that coming up shortly would be the Nevis Inter-Primary Schools Championship, sponsored by Gulf Insurance with the local agents, A.L. Evelyn Limited. And we have seen the coaches and teachers and students putting in a significant amount of work to be able to get to this point. And so we want to continue to encourage our students to do their best, and of course to pay keen attention, and of course to commend our coaches and teachers and the support systems who are supporting the various schools. We will have an action-packed day on April 27th when we see the 2022 edition of the Gulf Insurance Inter-Primary Schools Championships. Remember, this Friday closes out the early bird special, so if you have not purchased your ticket, please remember to purchase your ticket, because we close out the early bird tickets this Friday, and after that we go to regular prices. Okay, so early bird tickets end on the 22nd, and for those who are not sure how to access those tickets, please note that you can access your tickets at the Department of Education, Marion Heights, and children primary and secondary, $5. That's the early bird price. After the 22nd, then you have to pay $10. So catch the early bird ticket price while you can. And then adults, and then adults include sixth form students, $15 early bird price, $20 after April 22nd. For those persons who would like to purchase a ticket for inside parking within the facility, please contact the department. We have the physical tickets are not there, but we have been taking the list of persons, and we will reach out to you as soon as they arrive. So early bird tickets are available until the 22nd of April, which is this Friday. Please note, this has happened, so we want to make sure it's clear. Please note that on the 25th, tickets will cost, the early bird price would have closed out, and tickets will cost $10 and $20 respectively on the 25th. We have had persons who have tried to come to the office even the morning of the meet, trying to catch the early bird special. That does not obtain. It closes out on the 22nd. Okay, and once again, for those persons who are interested in inside parking, $15 plus the cost of the ticket for each occupant, and we are taking the names of the persons who are registering interest, and names and numbers, and we'll reach out to you. We'll take the car numbers and everything, and we'll reach out to you with the ticket specific to your vehicle on sometime during the course of this week. So we want to thank you for your understanding. We want to thank you for your continued support. We know that there are many things going on, but we want to acknowledge the work of the teachers, once again, the coaches and parents who are supporting the students, and of course the students who have been doing their best and giving of their best during this time of preparation. Also, the countdown is on, because once we hit the 22nd, then we kind of rush over to the 25th, because school reopens officially for all students on the 25th of April, and that's the official start date for school, April 25th, 2022. Please note that we will not have any classes in session at any level on the 27th. We will not have classes for the primary, we will not have classes for the pre, and we will not have classes for the secondary on April 27th, as our ministry will be closed, the hub of the school's activity, and our buses will be engaged, transporting persons back and forth for the meet. We will not be able to accommodate classes at any level on the 27th of April 2022. So those are just some of the quick announcements as it relates to what's coming up and into primary. We look forward to, of course, providing you more updates next weekend, because next weekend will be the weekend before the meet. But until then, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
In Queen City, Nevis, this is the powerhouse of the Eastern Caribbean, Vaughn Radio.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know, we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's you on the go. Who's on the go? Whoa, let's let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather round, and adventure is always waiting. The storytelling means for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook page and the YouTube channel. Welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. I am Zahnela Claxton from the Department of Education, and of course I'm here this Saturday, and we try to be here every Saturday to share opportunities, updates, activities for our students and for our young people, and of course general information for the general public. And so just before the break, we spoke to the availability of early bird tickets for the Inter-Primary Championships coming up on April 27th. I know that many persons are excited about the championships. They can't wait, the countdown. But it's important that you get your tickets early. And so if you want to catch the early bird special, please come to the Department of Education located at Marion Heights, and we have tickets available for you at the Department of Education, Marion Heights. Early bird specials until Friday. Up until Friday, children's tickets cost $5. Adult tickets cost $15. So children's tickets cost $5. Adult tickets cost $15 until Friday, April 22nd. After that day, we will have to go to regular costs, and so from the 25th, you will see the tickets costing $10 for children, $20 for adults, but you can collect them at the Department of Education here on Nevis. So just in case you missed that, if you are unable to go yourself, make sure that you get someone to stop by for you. We're right there above Hosford's, and of course we'll be ready, willing, and able to assist you, and we look forward to interacting with you, and make sure you get the early bird price. And some persons have been contacting us, and yes, we are aware that the date printed on the tickets is from the 2020 edition. We had all of the tickets ready for the 2020 edition, and just like Dubai 2020 Expo, we have to bring 2020 to 2022, and so there is not a printing error on the tickets for those persons who have been reaching out to ask. It's not an error. We're just utilizing resources and saving some trees by making sure that we use the resources that we already had in place for the 2020 edition, but that did not happen due to COVID-19. Additionally, for our students who are still enjoying their vacation break, I want to remind you of the Ministry of Tourism's Exposition Nevis 2022. There is the primary school essay contest for students who, of course, are enrolled in one of our primary schools here on Nevis. The topic is Rethinking Tourism. What initiatives can tourism-related businesses and government implement to promote Nevis as a green tourist destination? Once again, Rethinking Tourism. What initiatives can tourism-related businesses and government implement to further promote Nevis as a green tourist destination? The rules word limit is 500 words, so it's not a very, very, very long essay, but you can share some great thoughts in those 500 words. Each school will be allowed 4 entries, so there will be a preliminary round at the school if needed. The criteria for judging: originality, creativity, content, structure and layout, grammar. The format for submission, it has to be typewritten. The deadline, Friday 29th April 2022. and the schools will get them to the Ministry of Tourism Social Security building. The announcement of the winners will be on May 31st, 2022, and of course there will be a presentation of attractive prizes. Last year the prizes were amazing for first, second, and third place, and all participants will be acknowledged. So the essay topic: Rethinking Tourism. What initiatives can tourism-related businesses and government implement and further promote Nevis as a green tourist destination? So we're encouraging all students, all primary school students, to take part in this activity, and the secondary school students, you have not been left out. There is a My Iconic Photograph and Promotional Video of Nevis contest, and the rules: photos and videos should capture images of Nevis that can be used for marketing Nevis as a prime tourist destination. Students can enter either the photograph or the video contest. Each photo or video should have a name. All entries are to be submitted in digital form. Entries are to be submitted to a point teacher at the school, and those will be forwarded to the Ministry of Tourism. Each school is allowed to submit 10 entries for the video and 10 entries for the photo contest to a link that will be provided by the teachers, so that part you don't have to worry about. Each student can submit up to 2 photographs for judging and a destination promotional video of Nevis that is no more than 60 seconds. Each student's photo or video should be his or her own original creative work featuring unique aspects of Nevis as a tourist destination. A short description and a completed participation form should accompany the entry. Okay? And they're asking you not to add any text or color manipulations to the photos submitted for judging. And by way of information, by submitting an entry to the contest, the submitter grants permission to the Ministry of Tourism to use and rights associated to the use of entries without compensation. The submission all entries of photos and videos should be submitted by April 29th at 3 p.m. And judging, that should be through your school. A panel of expert judges will select first, second, and third place winners for both video and photo contest. Additionally, photos and videos should be posted on the Ministry of Tourism's Facebook page, and the prize will be given for the most liked photo and video as at May 13th, 2022, and the winners will be announced at the end of May. And that is not all. We have one more, the poster contest for students who are enrolled at the Cicely Brown Integrated School. So the theme for the poster contest is Keep Nevis Clean, and students are asked to create a poster depicting ways in which we can use each of the 3 R's: reuse, reduce, and recycle, to preserve and conserve our resources and keep our island clean. Guidelines for the competition: participants must be students at the Cicely Brown Integrated School. The artwork must be original. All artwork should be submitted using standard manila-sized paper. The layout should be clean and communicate the use of each of the 3 environmental R's: reuse, reduce, recycle, while keeping in line with the theme. There will be a first, second, and third place. First, second, and third place winners. All entries must be submitted to the Ministry of Tourism by 3 p.m. on Friday, 29th April 2022, and each submitted entry is subject to use by the Ministry of Tourism. Winners will also be announced in May. All right, so very exciting activities coming up there through the Ministry of Tourism, and we know that students are at home, and I'm sure they're bored and they don't have much to do outside of electronics, and so there is nothing wrong with you students taking advantage of these opportunities. I think it's a win-win. You remain connected, you keep writing or drawing as the case may be, and you can also win a prize while doing so and not going through the I'm bored phase that several of you tend to encounter during this time. So as I said, win-win for all of you. So please participate in the 2022 Exposition Nevis activities through the Ministry of Tourism here on Nevis. We have This morning today is the third Saturday of the month as per usual, and we know that on the third Saturday of the month we transition at the bottom of the hour to the ECCB Children's Connection program. So in a few minutes we will close out this section and we will transition over to the ECCB Children's Connection, where I will be joined by our co-host for the ECCB Primary Schools mentorship program, the Children's Connection, Mrs. Zahnela Hodge. She will join me at the bottom of the hour so that we can transition over to the ECCB Children's Connection. Listeners, once again, I must reiterate, if you are interested in an interprimary ticket and purchasing your interprimary tickets, please contact us at the Department of Education, Marion Heights, and you'll be able to get your early bird tickets up until Friday this week, April 22nd, and after that we go to regular priced tickets. And so please reach out, make sure that you take advantage of this opportunity. I hope that we all got that information, because it is your last week for attempting to access the early bird special. We thank you for, of course, joining us for the Youth on the Go this morning as we transition over to the ECCB Children's Connection. We're going to take a short break, and when we return at 9:30, we will be bringing you the ECCB Children's Connection.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know, we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's Youth on the Go. Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. The storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the Go. Whoa, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Let's start the show. Let's go.
When VON vibrates, the whole Caribbean must shake.
8:60 a.m. The Powerhouse.
Connecting the children of our EC region with good information and excellent mentoring. They started us early and making it easy to manage our money and make a real living. They're linking the children with excellent mentoring.
Good morning to all of our listeners. Of course, this is the ECCB Children's Connection, and I am your host, Zahnela Claxton. And with me, we have our co-host,
Zahnela Hodge. Good morning.
All right, so Zahnela, let me see. I like that you have a nice power pack over there. My phone's always running down. All right.
Yeah.
I really need that. Okay. Yes. And so, let me think of something I can give you to get your power pack, because I really need it. I have a tablet, but I don't really need it because I also have my phone.
Okay.
Can we do a trade-off where I get the power pack, which I really need? Do you need a tablet?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
So we can trade.
Okay.
And for those who can see us on Von Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel, you'll see us trade. For those who are not seeing us, we're trading. I have a Kindle, and we're trading Kindle for a power pack because my battery might run down on my phone, and I really need to have it. I have my charger, and I now have a power pack, and so I think we're good.
Yes.
Right? All right. Okay. So great. So we exchanged it. And after we're done with the show, we'll be able to talk a bit more about that. And boys and girls, we are very excited about our show today. as we always are, right, Ajane?
Yes.
We always are. Because we're going to tell you about the quick exchange Ajane and I just did. We're going to talk about what we call bartering. Sounds interesting? So grab your pens, your pencils, your notebook, your paper, anything that you need to grab. Some of you will grab the notebook on your phone or your tablet, and get ready. And we'll be right back after this jingle.
Connecting the children of our EC region with good information and excellent mentoring. They started us early and making it easy to manage our money and make a real living. They're linking the children with excellent mentoring.
Awesome! Welcome back to ECCB's Children's Connection, a program produced by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. And of course, that lovely jingle you just heard, I love it. It makes me rock every single week. Was written and composed by Dawn Mills, Corporate Relations Officer at the ECCB, and it was performed by some of the children who are part of the ECCB's after-school program. Today we have a fun program for you, and when we started the program today, Ajane and I did a quick exchange. I gave her my tablet, my Kindle, and she gave me Power Pack, right? And of course, that was a very important exchange. You probably do it with your friends sometimes. Ajane, do you sometimes do that with your friends, an exchange? Or you see your friends do it sometimes?
I see my
You
friends.
see your friends do it sometimes. Or family members at times, and especially between siblings, we see that happening.
Yeah, I
all the
do that a lot.
Yes, yes. And when your siblings are younger, you actually often end up with the upper hand. But it should be fair. It should be a fair exchange. So like when during break time at your school, your friends might tell you to give them a piece of your fruit, and then you give them half of your sandwich. So you do half of the fruit for half of a sandwich, which is kind of sort of a fair exchange. And this form of exchange has a name. Children, it has a name. It is called bartering. Okay? Ajane, can you spell bartering for
Yes,
our friends
I can.
listening on the program? Wonderful.
Bartering is spelled B-A-R-T-E-R-I-N-G. Bartering.
Thank you. Let's give a round of applause, all of you who are at home. So let's see what this fancy word, it's kind of big, what this fancy word means. Bartering is trading goods and services for other goods and services without using money. Let's say it again. Bartering is trading goods and services for other goods and services without using money. Awesome. So, this morning you saw us, as we've said before, where Ajane got the whole Kindle and I got the Power Pack, and we did not change or exchange any money at all. Long ago, people did not use, very long ago, people did not use money to buy and sell things. They would exchange what they had for something that they needed. For example, if a cattle owner needed vegetables and a vegetable farmer needed a cow, the two farmers would come together and agree to exchange the cow for some vegetables. The two farmers got what they needed without using money. And of course, this is called bartering. And it was very, very popular. It's a popular form of exchange when there was no system of money in societies, as I said, long ago. All of us grew up around money. So, and changing money and exchanging money for goods, as we do from time to time. But, Ajane, if there was no money in St. Kitts and Nevis, what do you think your mom or dad would be able to exchange with your neighbors? Can you think of anything? If we didn't have money, do you think of anything that we could exchange with our neighbors?
Right now we're in a time of agriculture, so I could say a goat for a cattle, or Let's see, vegetables for fruits, rice for beans, and much more.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, and of course, everybody's now a backyard farmer. Do you farm animals or do you do
Both.
vegetables, Ajerne?
Both.
Okay, Ajerne is a farmer, guys. She has outdone me. So what would I be able to trade now? Since I don't do any farming, I might have to trade my mother's vegetables for your goat. but
I could give you a fluffy rabbit.
Oh, one of my rabbits? One of your
Yeah.
rabbits? And well, the only other thing I have are puppies. So I guess it would have to be a rabbit for a puppy. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on if you needed it. All right. Yes, but of course you might have seen trading flour for sugar or rice for beans or fruits for vegetables, as the case may be, depending on what we have. Fishermen as well, you might be able to trade fish for vegetables or something you don't have on hand, right? So all those are good examples, and we see that people can barter goods, but we can also barter services. Oh, we never thought about that one. We were just doing goods for goods. So you can barter services, right? No, I have that. I can provide services. I can trade a service.
I always think about it. Like when my brother gets older, we could trade off chores. So I get to wash dishes almost every day. He sweeps the house, so I get to do the easier one.
You see what I told you about these older siblings? All right, so let's look at an example. One of Lisa's chores is to wash dishes after breakfast, but she just hates doing it. Her brother Jason's chore is to walk the family dog, Charlie, every morning. Lisa loves being outside and playing with Charlie, but her brother Jason prefers to be indoors with his headphones listening to music. Lisa asks her brother to exchange chores with her, and he is happy to do so. They both feel good now. Their chores are like services they perform at home, and they use bartering to exchange them. So people barter services all the time. If I cut your grass and in return you babysit my little girl, this is another example of bartering services. I know our listeners out there can think of many examples of how people can barter goods and services in their lives every day. Ajani, can you think of any other examples where we can barter services? You gave us a really good one.
Okay, this happens sometimes. I will go on the TV and my tablet might almost die, and I'm going to give it to my brother for the TV.
Oh my goodness. You see what I said about these older siblings? Good. And have you ever had to, what about looking after the animals versus looking after the plants? That's a good barter too.
Yeah, because I like to play with the animals.
Oh, but the plants can't play?
No.
All right, so good. So other possible services that you can barter at home: washing someone's car in exchange for them fixing something in your house, cleaning someone's house in exchange for them cooking for you. Oh, that sounds good. I'll be the one cooking. Anybody can offer that barter, I will definitely accept it. So thank you so much, of course, Ajay, for sharing your examples with us. And bartering can be fun and interesting and has its advantages. Some of these advantages are: no need to use money. So you don't have to run to the ATM or take any money, or
if you're broke, you don't have to worry.
No, well, technically, as long as you're not service broke or goods broke. Yes. 2, we can trade using our skills instead of money. We saw some examples earlier when we bartered services. And 3, we can trade the things we do not need so that they do not go to waste. So if you have a toy or a book or a game that you do not like anymore, instead of throwing it away, you can exchange it for something else with a friend or a family member, of course, if they have something that they're willing to share. Bartering, though, Ajani, also has disadvantages. I think everything in life has its advantages and its disadvantages, right? Yeah. So bartering has some disadvantages which could make it very challenging sometimes. Some of these disadvantages are: 1, one person may not want what the other person has. So, for example, in that example, your brother might not want to take your lead tablet so that he TV trade off. That might not be a very attractive one, right? So sometimes a person does not want what you have to offer. For example, if you need sugar and all the people in your village only have rice, then you will become frustrated because you cannot find someone with whom you can barter to obtain sugar. So you have rice, everybody has rice, and you want sugar, and nobody has sugar, then of course that's going to be a frustrating experience. And 2, the items for barter may not be equal in value. For example, the farmer with the cattle may not be able to get enough vegetables from the vegetable farmer that will add up to his cow's worth. Of course, we know that cows are very expensive. So you would need a lot of vegetables to be able to make up for the value. Because of these disadvantages, people realized that using money would be easier than bartering. That way, you can use money to buy what you want, and you don't have to worry about finding someone who is willing and able to barter with you. Okay, Ajane, so while we wait on our friends, we're going to play a little game. I'm going to name something, and you tell me if you think it's an advantage or a disadvantage. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The items from the barter may not be equal in value.
Disadvantage.
Awesome. No need to use money.
Advantage.
Good. We can trade using our skills instead of money.
Advantage.
Perfect. Because I have skills, I have a lot of skills.
Yeah.
Yes, that worked out well for me. Okay. 4. One person may not want what the other person has.
Disadvantage.
Perfect. And 5, we can trade things we do not need so that they do not go to waste.
Advantage.
Perfect. Okay, so you are doing a phenomenal job. You did a phenomenal job. So from what we've learned today, though, tell us which system you prefer. Ajane, do you prefer the barter system or the money system? Stop and think about it before you answer, because we also need to know why.
I prefer the money system because then I wouldn't really have to worry about getting what I need, because you must find it online if you don't find it in stores.
Oh, so you don't have to go up and down the village chasing, wondering who has the newest sneakers or who has the best tablet or who. No, you just go online or in stores. Okay, that's a good reason. Let me think. Do I prefer the barter system or the money system? I think I prefer the money system as well, because with the barter system, I'm worried about the fact that you might not have a fair trade, and it might become frustrating, or I might not be able to get what I need. With the money system, I know whatever I need, like you said, there are different options as to where I can get it, right? So I think, Ajane, that you helped our friends listening understand barter even better than they did at the beginning of the show, or if they never heard about bartering, they now have an understanding of what it is. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back to hear from you in our call-in segment. Listeners, get ready to answer the questions and win some prizes, compliments, the ECCB Children's Connection. We'll take a break, and we'll be back.
Connecting the children of our EC region with good information and excellent mentoring. They started us early and making it easy to manage our money and make a real good living. They're linking the children with excellent mentoring.
All right, of course, we want to welcome you all back to the ECCB Children's Connection, and it's a program produced by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, and the lovely jingle that you heard during the transition was written and composed by Dawn Mills, Corporate Relations Officer at ECCB, and performed by the ECCB the children at the ECCB After School Program. So, Najrene, let's see if our friends, I'm hoping they're up. We know it's vacation time. But let's see if our friends remember what we learned today about bartering. Listeners, please call us at 469-1616, 469-1700 for a chance to win some fun prizes. And all you have to do is to be the first to answer the questions. We'll read the questions, and of course we would like to hear from you. Call us at 469-1616, 469-1700. Today we're talking about bartering. And so our first question, Ajerne, is, what is bartering? What is bartering? 469-1616, 469-1700. What is bartering? And I think we had a very interesting exchange this morning. I'm just, as I said, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that our children are not fast asleep.
Yeah.
During Easter time, during vacation time, especially after flying their kites yesterday, all
they'll
day,
be tired.
they might be a bit tired. But parents, if any of our children are out there listening, let them call in and tell us, what is bartering? 469-1616, 469-1700. Oh yes, and you know it's a busy day. Ajerne, I forgot. Many of our children are out getting ready for the inter-primary school championship.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking. Maybe they're gone training too.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So parents, wake them up, wake them up. Those who are left, I know every single child on Nevis is in training.
No.
So I'm hoping that we could get some of them up. And those who are not training are probably sleeping. But we might have a few in between who can tell us, what is bartering? You don't want to give any clues. Because you don't want to give away the answer. 469-1616, 469-1700. Ajerne, do you think, while we're waiting for the questions, for the persons to answer the question on what is bartering, do you think that, and we talked about siblings and friends trading and bartering at school, do you think that we often get a fear bartering system between siblings?
Fear, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think older siblings give a fear bartering to younger siblings?
Yeah, sometimes younger siblings could do it too.
You think so? I think.
It turns both ways.
Okay, let's take this caller and then we'll come back with us. We're going to have a debate on this one. All right. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Wonderful. What is bartering?
Bartering is the exchange of goods without using money.
Wonderful. Goods or services without using money. What's your name?
Levisha Hanley.
Levisha. Can you spell it for me, please?
Levisha.
And Levisha Hanley?
Yes.
What school do you attend, Levisha?
Virtual Side.
Okay. And what form are you in?
First form.
Good. Levisha, how are you going to get your prize from Nevis? Are you in Nevis?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay, Levisha. So during the course of next week, you can have someone stop by the Department of Education to collect your prize, okay?
Yes.
Thank you so much for calling, Levisha, and thank you for listening.
I can ask Auntie Nicole.
Okay. Auntie's going to pick it up?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Okay, so Ajerne, we can quickly toss out the second question, and hopefully we get another person who's up. Levisha had to wake up all the way from St. Kitts. All the children from Nevis seem to be sleeping. I'm teasing. She's in Nevis right now, but we want to commend her for answering. And so the second question, what is not needed when people are bartering? What is not needed when people are bartering? So while we're waiting for someone to call, 469-1616, 469-1700, Ajerne, we were saying that siblings sometimes may not have I believe that older siblings sometimes take advantage of the younger siblings because they know they wouldn't be able to figure it out really fast. And we have 3 older siblings in this building. Melissa is an older sibling. I'm one, and we're the bigger ones, right? And we know, especially when the younger ones, you can tell them about anything sometimes, and they believe you. And so sometimes it's not a fair trade, right? If we were to be honest with ourselves, because we try to outsmart the young ones sometimes, which is not nice. Because bartering has to be fair trade. Okay, we have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, can you tell us what is not needed when people are bartering?
Money.
Good. What's your name?
Levandra Harley.
Levandra is Levisha, your sister?
Yes.
Well, she's doing a good job of being a fair trader this morning, right? Levandra, can you spell it for me, please?
Levandry.
Okay, wonderful. And what school do you attend?
Ivor Waters Primary School.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, and what grade are you in?
Grade 2.
Oh, how did I know it was grade 2? And who's your teacher?
Miss Camel and Teacher Raleigh.
Oh, you have Teacher Camo and Teacher Rollins. Okay, awesome. All right, well, congratulations. All right, so you can collect your prize this week at the Department of Education. Okay, thank you so much. Ajane, of course, we are going to have to transition because you know my best friend has to come up, right?
Oliver.
Okay, so thanks to all Levandra and Levisha who called us, and you did a great job listening, and we are so happy that you were able to join us. But we have to hear from our friend, so we're going to transition over to our friend to learn about our value lesson this week.
Hello, boys and girls. Guess what? It's Oliver, your friendly owl, with your wise word for today. Well, it's humility. Yeah, that's HUMILITY. And it means freedom from pride and arrogance. So be on your best behavior now, boys and girls, as we get back to your host.
Do you all see why I love Oliver? And for those who were looking online, you could see Oliver. He was there hanging out with all the children and the other birds and animals. But thank you, Oliver. And humility, Ajane, is something that is much needed in today's world.
Yeah.
It is the state of mind where you do not think you are better than others. So you shouldn't think you're better than others. In other words, you are a humble person. When you practice humility, you have better relationships with friends and family because you are thoughtful of others, willing to listen and learn from others, open-minded and empathetic. People know you are humble when you don't brag about yourself a lot and you don't say things to others to make them feel bad. Ajane, tell us one way you think you can practice humility with your friends and family.
We could stop laughing at each other when we fall or when we make a mistake in class. And I'll tell you something my teacher tells me. She says to us that nobody's better than us and we're not better than anybody. We're all equal.
Wonderful. You have a very wise teacher. Is her name Oliver? Okay. Well, you have a wise teacher who gave you something wise to walk away with. So I want to say good morning to Teacher Carey for being such a wise teacher. All right? Okay. So we can invite all of our friends to think about our wise word, humility, and to try to practice it every day. So listeners, we encourage all of you to think about humility and to practice it every single day. We don't want you to lose sight of what humility is and how important it is. And these wise words are not here for just sharing. They're here to make sure that you can apply them in everything that you do. Of course, we are coming to the end, Ajerne, and I don't think we should end without we're going to do a quick goods and services as we wrap up the battering talk. I'm going to give you some examples, and you're going to tell me if you think it's a service or a good. Okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Going to the dentist.
Service.
Bananas.
Goods.
Pilot flying a plane.
Service.
A pair of brand new sneakers.
Goods.
Okay? Bread at the bakery.
I'll say goods.
Good, wonderful. And the baker baking the bread at the bakery.
Would be service.
Okay, so the bread is the good. The baker baking the bread is the service. Wonderful.
Yeah.
The plane would be a good. The pilot flying the plane would be a service. Wonderful. So you did an awesome job. And so we've come to the end of another ECCB Children's Connection program. And we are so happy that you could join us today. We learned about the fun and interesting concept of bartering and how it helped people long ago obtain what they needed when money was not yet invented. We also learned about the importance of humility. So, Ajerne, until we meet again, I am your host, Zahnela Claxton.
And I am your co-host, Ajane Hodge. Talk to you again soon. But until then, practice humility and stay connected.
Connecting the children of our EC region with good information and excellent mentoring. They started us early and making it easy to manage our money and make a real living. They're linking the children with excellent mentoring.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know, we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's you on the go. You on the go, whoa. Let's start the show, oh. You on the go, whoa. Let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. The storytelling means for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. You on the